What it do, everybody? It's your boy UU, and this is the Truth Be Told podcast. We're back with another episode, but before we get into that, I need you to do a little favor for me. A couple favors, actually. One, I need you to go to iTunes or the Google Play or wherever you listen to your podcast. Leave a review, mainly iTunes, though. 5-star review. Let us know what you think about the podcast. And then when you're done with that, I need you to go to trailmatic.com/Patreon. That's trailmatic.com/Patreon, and show us a little bit of love, show us some support, peep out the rewards section and see what you can get from us for supporting us. And also, Reefer couldn't make it to the show today, had a little family situation that he had to take care of, but keep his family in your prayers. Anyways, hit him up on Twitter, hit him up at RIFFA254 on Twitter, and let him know, man. Let him know. Send him your prayers and whatnot, man. So since he wasn't here, we're going to get straight into the interview with the homeboy, All Hell YT. All right. Peace.
You're now listening to the Truth Be Told podcast from Trailmatic.com. Trailmatic.com.
I believe it was yesterday, or the day before, one of them days. But yeah, I'm a huge Hov fan, man.
Man, that's what's up. See, and I know I can hear that even from back in the Gap when I used to hear your music, man. Was the East Coast like, I guess, like a big influence on you? I know you from Texas, you from Killeen. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain type of sound you get out here, you know what I'm saying? But was the East Coast a big influence on you?
Well, really what happened to me is, I think music in general was a big influence on me. And, in the 90s, especially the early 90s, the East Coast had it. You had a lot of Jay-Z, a lot of Nas, Mace, Puff Daddy. The East Coast was where it was at. And, the South and Texas, we was just starting to form our own sound. So, early influences, Slick Rick was the first rapper I listened to, Children's Story. So, I did get a lot of influence from the East Coast early on. And, then when the South started to form our presence or whatever, I started to also, take on to that too. But yeah, I'd be a lie if I say the East Coast, didn't influence my style. You feel me?
Yeah. For everybody that doesn't know yet, I'm on the line here with All Hell YT, formerly known as Yung Texxus from Killeen. You know what I'm saying? Sir. And if y'all don't know, man, listen. Look, I know you go by All Hell YT, but I'm gonna probably end up calling you Yung Texxus a lot on this. You know what I'm saying?
Just call me YT. You know what I'm saying? All Hell YT is for when it's on paper, but in conversation mode, it's just YT.
YT. His mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. But we gonna take it back, man, because I remember this, clear as day. I remember in the Source magazine, you was in there and you was in the unsigned hype column. Am I right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, in the unsigned, for people who don't know, it's a lot of these, these young cats, man, that like, they're they don't really understand the Source, right? What the Source was at that time period. Right, yeah. And the Source, the unsigned hype column, it was a column for, up and coming artists that hadn't got signed yet. And a lot of people have been in this column, man. There was Biggie in this, Eminem was in this, DMX, Cannabis, Common, Mobb Deep, Pitbull. So getting in that is kind of like a coveted position, man. I mean, how did you even get into that? You know what I'm saying?
People don't know is, I'll make a long story short. I'm from Killeen, Texas, you know what I'm saying? But my mother, she's from the East Coast, and my father, they from Delaware. So, when I was 17, my family was in some troubles. My mom, she had a little drug addiction, which caused me to have to leave home at an early age and go, move with my grandmother in Delaware. Long story short, came back to Killeen, with a mixtape after I initially left. I was outside this club called City Lights handing out my mixtapes. And this guy, named Andy Love was out there. He got the tape. He was really feeling it. And he ended up sending it to the Source magazine. you know, next thing you know, I get a call from the source saying, yo, we got your tape and we wanna, you know, put you in the unsigned hype. So that's how it worked out.
Yeah, man, that's a really coveted position. Like I say, a lot of these young cats, man, they don't really know like the source was literally like the hip hop Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Essentially, being in a double and that is kind of like being double XL freshman at this point now. It's kind of.
It really is. It really is kind of the same.
It's kind of that's how it was at that point, you know. And yeah, it was cool though, man. You know, it was when the source got sold, then they started selling the spots. You know what I'm saying? The source took a dive. You know what I'm saying? They started selling the spots, but I didn't pay for my spot. I actually earned that spot. So you know, that's one of the things I always be proud of. You know.
I didn't even know they was doing that, man.
Yeah,
that's just new. This is news to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that kind of sucks, man. Because you know, at one point the source was really up there,
right.
You know, really high. And then for them, I know it was a big situation with Benzino and all that, and Dave Mays, and you know, it kind of took it off his man. I mean, because that really did. I mean, that magazine was really everything, bro. If you got 5 mics in the source, it was like your album was classic all around. It didn't matter what
right.
Rolling Stone said or whatever. It was the 5 mics. You know what I'm saying? And all that changed, man. After all that mess with Benzino and stuff.
Right?
Man.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, because that was right around the time when, like, shortly after that, we dropped the album with Scarface from the Geto Boys in Green City or whatever. And you know, we had got like a 3.5 mics. You know what I'm saying? Which ain't bad for what it was. You know what I mean? It was a group effort, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different artists, a lot of different styles, and you know, it wasn't really one cohesive sound. So, you know, that was cool though, just to even be a part of all that.
I mean, just to even get in the magazine and get a mic is kind of live.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, I don't know if there was anybody that ever got like a half a mic or like a mic in there. It had to be somebody. Somebody got one mic,
it's
a half
possible,
a mic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna have to research that.
Yeah, we have to look that up, man. But that takes me too, man, because you kind of had a hit on the ground with the Drink in My Cup.
Yeah.
That was like, that's like a classic Texas track. Yeah. If y'all haven't heard it, man, y'all got to search for it. But how did that track come about, man? I mean, you know, I mean, how did that track come about?
And you brought it all the way back for me, man. Okay, so Too Much. He's a producer out of Dallas. He's a platinum producer of DeRose Ice Cream Paint Job, which, you know, some people might know. But I was you know, working with him back in the Gap before all that, and he sent me the beat. You know, me being from Texas, you know, I used to always listen to the Michael Watts tapes, the Screw tapes, and they had this one flow on the Missy Elliott, Why You All in My Grill, and then it starts off, you know, drank up in my cup, man, hold up, it's the big tyke, I got swingers on my truck. Yeah. So, you know, I end up taking that first 2 lines, drank up in my cup, man, hold up, and then I just I sampled it on there, drank up in my cup, drank up in my cup, and just sampled it. You feel me? And we ended up putting the verses on there, and you know, it kind of popped off. What really popped it off too is my homie DJ Scream. He signed to Maybach now, and he doing his thing out here in Atlanta. But I was working with him. You know, this is back in 2005, so that Drink in My Cup actually went on Believe the Hype mixtape that me and DJ Scream put out, and he's the one who's really responsible for getting it out to the streets and getting out to the people and making sure that it was heard, you know? So
yeah, man. For people that don't live in Texas or have never been to Texas, drink up in my cup, man, hold up is literally the first bar that everybody raps when they freestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Everybody in the state. I've heard girls that never rap before when they freestyle. That's the first thing they say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Drink up in my cup, man, hold up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really like a classic Texas line. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime, like, you know, when you listen to the Screw tapes or the Michael Watts tapes, rappers used to be freestyling. Anytime they fell off, they go, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's some real Texas. You got to understand that, man.
Yeah, they don't really know about that these days, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the golden era.
That's the golden era, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, man, I mean, my question, because even with that track, right, like it had a Texas swag to it,
right?
But with your flows, it kind of had like, you know, it was a little more lyrical than I guess than, you know, than your normal Texas track. At that time period, were you trying to combine like the Texas, the South and the East Coast into like one cohesive sound at that time?
Yeah, I kind of believe I was that link before like Lil Wayne did it on the Carter One and 500 Degrees and all that. I kind of feel like I was that link, but it happened organically, like I said, because I'm from Texas originally, but I ended up moving to Delaware, which is the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I had to earn stripes out there. I had to rap with them cats out there, with them niggas. And I had to go hard. You know, being from the South, I had to step my game up 10 million times. But I always wanted to keep my identity as a Southern artist. So, you know, I wanted people on the East Coast to feel me too, as well as the South. So, you know, and I always been intelligent. So I wanted to just mash it up, you know, and give them something that they hadn't heard at that time.
Yeah, for people that don't know, during that time period, it was really hard to get the East Coast to give us respect. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the South is trash, or we too slow, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it took a long time for us to kind of get over that hump. Yeah. For people to say, all right, we got some spitters down there. Right,
because, you know, you had songs out at that time, like, you know, what was it, like White Tea and shit like that, and, you know, it was like real simple ABC, you know, 1, 2, 3 type of deal. So, you know, he wasn't getting a lot of respect.
That was a bad time.
He wasn't getting a lot of respect on the East Coast, you feel me? But
yeah. I mean, as far as the South, there was like, I guess like the spitters, you know what I'm saying? You know, I guess that were major, were really like Wayne and T.I. and Andre 3000, but it really wasn't too many other people that were really out there spitting. Everything else was kind of like club and real basic.
I do got to say, like, one of my biggest influences, you know, before even moving to the East Coast was Chamillionaire. You know what I'm saying? He used to be on the Michael Watts tapes, wrecking, like lyrically wrecking. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the dopest, you know what I'm saying, to me, and during that time. So, you know, I do got to mention him as well.
Yo, no, he really was, man. Even when he was with Paul Wall and they had the
color changing clip.
Yeah. All that was fire, man. And you know, I think matter of fact, I think in the source they ranked the Get Your Mind Correct album like the top indie album of that year or whatever. Yeah, they moved top 2 or something like that.
Yeah, they moved some units with that, man. Them boys was eating out there, man. You know
they definitely was. They definitely was. That was right on the cusp of the whole Southern movement too, like right at the beginning of it.
And then, you know, that was right around the time that, you know, Napster and Livewire. I mean, it was a little before that, but it was, the internet was really spreading the music around at that point, you know, with the LimeWire and all that, so you could share a lot of music. So it was getting around a lot quicker than, you know, previously, you know, 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That LimeWire and Napster and all that really took things to the next level. I mean, you know, when I see it now, you know, I mean, you can literally like put out a song and, you know, like LimeWire is prehistoric. At that time period though, LimeWire was like ahead of his time. Exactly. Like, damn, I can listen to this. I can listen to this song with, you know, Eminem and I don't know, Cannabis and DMX on the song or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you can just download anything, anywhere, anytime, man. It was lit at that time, man. Yeah, I mean, but you know, it's different now. You know what I mean, with the music and everything. But that also brings me now. At that point in time, when did you, I guess, make the transition from like a solo artist into the group with Green City?
Well, Green City, like what people gotta understand about Green City is we were childhood friends. Like, you know, we all grew up in Killeen together. We went to middle school together, went to elementary school together, went to high school together. And we always had the group. We always used to be rapping, banging on the tables, you know, beating with the, you know, making the drums on the tables and rapping, making tapes. We had screw tapes and CDs floating around Killeen, you know what I'm saying? Like early in the game, like, you know, our junior year, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're childhood friends. And when I moved to the East Coast, you know, my cousin Spark Dog, you know, he actually joined Green City because he's not original member. Original members is myself, Mike Key, Jay Scott, MJ, Big Tex, Big Spade, You know what I'm saying? That's the original members. But when Spark Dog had moved back from Atlanta, because he was working with Lil Scrappy and G's Up, and, you know, some of that stuff in Atlanta had, you know, fell off for him. So he came back home to Texas, joined the group. And I was talking to Spark. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm rapping with Green City now. I'm like, yeah, you know, that's what's up, bro. He's like, yeah, you know, you're the OG. We got to do something. So, you know, of course, you know, I came back to the group and, you know, we put it together, and me and Spark really helped to make the group hot and to get our name out there, where Scarface heard it in the gym boxing in Houston. And the song that actually got us signed was me and Mike Key's song called I'm Throwed. And Spark Dog was in a Rap-A-Lot boxing gym in Houston, and one of the boxers is actually from Killeen, and he was jamming our music in the gym. And Scarface like, who that? He like, oh yeah, that's Green City. They from my city, from Killeen. He was like, man, put me on the phone with him. And then from then he's like, had a flight for me, yo, fly out to H-Town, come to H-Town to the studio. I want to meet y'all.
Man, that's crazy. And for those who don't know, man, like Killeen is a small city, man. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody like Scarface, somebody of the stature of Scarface, to say, I want to rock with these cats from this little small tiny ass city in Texas, right, smack dab in the middle of Texas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like was big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, what as far as like, you know, like, I mean, how was that like working with Scarface?
I mean, first off, I gotta say he a legend. You know what I'm saying? So it was at the time, you know, it felt surreal, you know, to be in the studio with him. And, you know, when I was actually writing records, like I wrote the record, The Dope Game, I had the beat originally from my partner Technique. And, you know, I had brought beats with me to the studio because I was already, you know, in the mode. And he heard the beat. Me, J Scott, MJ wrote the hook for The Dope Game. All three of us wrote the hook. And, you know, Scarface heard it and was like, yeah, woo, this is the one I want to get on. You know what I'm saying? So that felt good just for me bringing the beat and having a large, you know, influence on the hook and the direction of the song. You know, I felt that was a great compliment for him to say, yeah, I want to get on this song with you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was kind of mind blown, you know, type of thing. But at the same time, my head was on straight too, because, you know, I was really about my business. I wasn't about playing no games. You know what I'm saying? I was about my paper. You feel me? And, you know, I was seeing certain things that wasn't done correctly or things I didn't like. So sometimes we kind of butted heads a little bit too, you know, but, you know, it's the big homie, you know, it is what it is.
I didn't know that, man. You was butting heads with Scarface.
Yeah, you know, we didn't see eye to eye on some certain things, you know what I'm saying? Particularly the money, you know what I'm saying? How much the group was supposed to be getting and things like that. But, you know, it is what it is.
I mean, I don't have to go into any details or anything. I mean, was there anything that you, I guess, feel like you picked up from, you know, I guess, being in the vicinity of Scarface and just being around? Or was there anything that you picked up from him, you know what I'm saying, that I guess you still use today?
Well, I mean, yeah, he dropped a few jewels. You know, I'm always cautious about who I deal with and, you know, the way I deal with them in business and, you know, contractually and splits and money and that type of deal. And, you know, as far as artistically, you know, before, you know, Scarface is from a different era. So, you know, we was dropping records. A lot of the records now, they start with the hook first because the hook is what grabs your attention. And at that point, we was doing that. We was bringing the hooks first on the beat. You know what I'm saying? And Scarface was like, nah, you know, started with the verse because you don't want to give away the hook early. You know what I'm saying? Give him the hook. You know, give him the verse first and then give him the hook. Don't come in with that. So that's something I do think about sometimes, you know what I'm saying, to this day. But I mean, you know, just, you know, little small nuances. But, you know, mainly, I mean, the biggest lesson I learned was just to protect myself in the business aspect of the game, you know what I'm saying, which I was even doing at that point as a youngin'. I'm still young. I'm only 29. So I'm talking like a young OG, you know what I'm saying, which I am. But I'm still young in the game too, though. So.
Yeah. I mean, now, let me ask you this. All right. So you link up with Scarface, y'all moving around. I remember y'all came through with the van, the Green City van, which was like something that the city hadn't really done before. But how much did y'all move around? How much did y'all travel? Y'all, because I know y'all was moving around there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much traveling did y'all really get in during that time?
I mean, truthfully, we didn't get enough traveling. I really feel like, you know, I mean, there was a lot of things that went wrong with the release of the project, which didn't allow it to, I believe, reach its full potential. you know, the market and what budget wasn't there. And we didn't travel and tour like we needed to. You know, when we talked to Face originally, he was saying, yeah, I'm going to take y'all on tour to the Chitlin Circuit. We're going to get this money. We're going to do this, this, and this, and this. And, you know, none of those things were done. So, you know, a lot of the moving around and stuff that we did, myself and Spark Dog particularly was, you know, out of our own pocket, out of our own budgets. You know what I'm saying? I was heavy in the streets at that time. So I had a lot of street money. I was moving around, which allowed me to do a lot of things. But, you know, as far as anything that was sanctioned by the label moving around, even when we were nominated for Group of the Year by Ozone Magazine, you know, we on the red carpet sipping drink in Miami before this is when 2 Chainz was Titty Boy, and he was behind us.
Titty Boy.
Yeah, he was behind us on the red carpet with Dollar, you know, talking about he wanted to collab on records and all that. And we pulling up drinking lean on the red carpet, you know, from Texas. We were showing them what
nobody was sipping lean.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So niggas been setting trends since the beginning, but you know, we moved around, but it wasn't on the account of the label, you know, if that makes sense.
How you feel about these cats today, man, and they sipping the lean and whatnot?
Man, hey, man, it's a so-called free country, man, you know, but don't forget where it came from. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they forgetting. I feel like they forget a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the Atlanta market, because you know I live in Atlanta now, so
okay,
the Atlanta market, you know, they really have gravitated towards the lean, codeine, you know, 2 Chainz, you know, rebranded himself and came back out. You know, he was Codeine Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the double cups, and you know, Atlanta is really gravitated towards that drink. You know, Future, Thug. You know, they sip a lot of drink supposedly, and you know, it's just one of those things that's commercialized now. You know, so it is what it is, man. Like you can't have everything forever. You know.
I know. I just see so much get taken from Texas sometimes, man. But
so much.
You know what I'm saying? You know it. I know you see it.
We could talk about, you know, A$AP Rocky with the screw, how he came in the game with, you know, with the whole, all that, you know, yes, a lot of niggas is taking that Texas swag and that down south swag, and you know, New York ain't even New York no more. You know, it's only a handful of New York rappers that kind of stay true to themselves. And even they trying to slide down. Troy Ave was talking about he don't do the down south beats before, but now he on down south beats. You know what I'm saying? Joey Badass, you know, he started off real, you know, 90s hip hop feeling, but he realized that wasn't moving. So now he on the Metro Boomin records. You know what I'm saying? 808 Mafia records.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's on the 808 Mafia records. So I mean, the South is really we tailoring the sound. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, still to this day too, like. You know what I'm saying? Just think about how long it's been since I guess we kind of kicked the door down until now, and it's I still feel like we setting the trends.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I remember this is a true story, man. But I remember I was in Afghanistan.
Okay.
And I was working in the kitchen, and I had some energy drinks. These energy drinks called Rippets.
Okay.
Rippets. And I think I had like five of them back to back.
Damn.
All right. Yeah, they want the large can. Now, keep in mind, they like half cans. They're like half.
Okay.
Half, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I drank like 5 of them back to back, and then
you had like eight ounces or 5 8 ounces. So you had like a 40.
Yeah.
40 energy drink.
Yeah. So out of nowhere, do it like I done it comes on.
Man.
Yeah, and I just get into like pure crazy mode for like 30 minutes, and I had the song play back to back, and then I crashed. My head was hurting. I didn't want to talk to nobody for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? And I was out of there. You know what I'm saying? I probably could have died. You know what I'm saying? But I remember that track, doing like I done. It was getting a lot of play, man. It was getting a lot of radio play.
Man,
I think it was on MTV.
That record, man, that could have went if we would have shot the proper video and, you know, really was on tour with it. You know, that was Mike Key's record originally. Shout out my boy Mike Key. You know, that was his record. He dropped the hook and had the first verse, and he was like, man, I want you to get on it. You know what I'm saying? I got on it, and then, you know, I think I don't know what happened. Spark ended up getting on the record. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Faye said we needed a third verse or whatever, but Spark ended up getting on it, you know, and it just became what it was. But Spark did it justice, though. You know, I believe I did it justice. And Mike Key, you know, he's a character. If you know Mike Key, you know what I'm saying? He's a real character. So, Yeah, that record though, that it really could have went though. I feel like it's a record that still could go to this day if it was like a budget put behind it in a video and it was, it still could go.
To be honest, it actually could go right now. Y'all should probably look into like what do you call it, licensing? You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when I seen that I was actually watching From G's to Gents way back. And I remember they played the song on the MTV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it was also in the movie. I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell. It was also in that movie too.
It was in the movie. Honestly, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that song made its rounds, man. And you know what's crazy? And the reason I was even listening to that song is because when I was in Afghanistan, I actually seen y'all CD in the store there, you know what I'm saying? All the way out there in Afghanistan.
Right.
And I'm over here telling everybody like, yo, these cats are from my city. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you from the K?
Yeah, man. We actually got a mutual friend, man. You might know, I'm not gonna say her last name, but you might know Jessica. She's light skinned.
Yeah, pretty eyes.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the homie.
She half German.
Yeah. I think that's German. Yeah. I think she's half German.
Yeah. I know Jessica. That's the homie.
Yeah, man. She's always talked about you, man. She's always said good things, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. She's the homie for sure, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from the K as well. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
What's up, man.
So I know a lot of the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ran in a lot of the same circles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know Mikey because my homeboy Spooner, you know what I'm saying? I used to roll over there with Spoon. So, you know, I used to be mashing with Samoan sometimes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, so
you know how some of the same how they get down.
Yeah. All day.
That's what's up, man. Salute, man.
Yeah, for sure. Do you still talk to Scarface today?
It's funny. I haven't talked to him personally, but my cousin, he's Spark Dog's cousin and, you know, a mutual cousin, Panama. He's in New York. He's actually an actor. He was on The Wire, you know, some other things, but he's doing management now. And he was on like a Tom Joyner cruise with like Scarface and DJ Quick and all these people and all these guys. So he's talking to Scarface. He's like, yeah, you know, I got something that's gonna blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? My people's, you know, Yung Texxus. He's like, what? Yung Texxus? Yo, that nigga can spit. This is what Scarface says. Yeah, I know him. That nigga can spit.
Oh yeah.
And this was like maybe a month ago. So, you know.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah, so you know, he remembered me, you know, but I haven't reached out to him because, you know, at this point it's really no reason to, you know, at this point. But you know, it's all love though. Yeah,
for sure. So, I mean, do you still talk with everybody in Green City today?
Man, I talked to the homie Jay Scott, man. That nigga got a restaurant in Killeen cooking shit up, man.
Oh, word, I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah, he got a restaurant in Killeen. That boy, you know, doing his thing. Country rock. He be outside country rock. And, you know, I just talked to Spark on the Facebook, you know, video chat, whatever. I just talked to Cuzzo the other day. I speak to Mikey, you know what I'm saying, and MJ as well. So yeah, you know, like I said, we grew up together, like since little boys, you know what I'm saying? So that they family is not just, you know, we always used to say Green City is not a gang, we a family. So, you know.
Man, that's what's up, man. So, we're gonna move here. You also linked up in the East Coast with Desert Storm when they was popping, right?
Right.
Clue and all of that, man. So,
right.
I mean, how did that whole situation come about?
So basically, my manager Jay Classic, at that point, he was also managing Cash, Louisiana Cash. He had the song "Walk with a Dip," which was pretty big regionally, and he was also managing Darrell. Somehow, Clue got caught wind of the record, busted open. I had, you know what I'm saying, making a little bit of noise. Produced by Noki Swaze. Shout out my dog.
Yeah, Noki out of Belton.
Right, yeah, that's Syntax, you heard? So he caught wind of the record and was like, you know, who is this kid? I want to sign him or whatever. At this time, I'm in Myrtle Beach. I'm on vacation, at Myrtle Black Bike Weekend. We out there getting it in, blowing racks, all that. You feel me? So he like, yeah, I want to sign you, whatever. So I'm like, Clue, mind you, I am a Jay-Z fan, Rockefeller fan. I'm like, damn, this is Jay-Z's DJ. This nigga want to sign me? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So like, end up. And my cousin Panama was with me, who I was just speaking about. He was with me at the time in Myrtle Beach as well. So, Clue sends me like paperwork for Cluminati Inc. You know what I'm saying? Had his assistant hit me. He was hitting me. We was chopping it up back and forth over the phone. So long story short, I did the paperwork to sign the Desert Storm while I was on vacation in Myrtle Beach.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Cause see, I know at that time period too, Desert Storm was really moving because they had, I think they had the, what do they call it, man? They had like a little, I guess like a unofficial group, but it was like Fabulous, Joe Budden,
right.
and
my man,
I forget who else it was. Paul Kane, was it?
Paul Kane and my other dude from Jersey. I can't even.
It was somebody else.
Yeah, I can't even remember his name. But damn, but yeah. And they was at that point because Clue got a cousin in Houston, DJ Storm. And Storm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Storm was trying to expand the Desert Storm's brand to the South. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember because if y'all go back and listen to another podcast, I think it was episode 002, we were on there talking about how when the South was winning so hard, a lot of the labels were doing these South imprints. So it was like Rockefeller South, Bad Boy South. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was doing it.
The homie's name was Ransom. The other homie that was on Desert Storm was Ransom. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah. I do remember him. Yeah. I was really into the Desert Storm, man. I was into the lyrics and the spitting and all that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The thing with me was I'm like, nigga, I don't want to be on Desert Storm South. I want to be on regular Desert Storm, nigga. I want to be next to Loso. You feel me? So that's why I'm kicking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm shouting out Desert Storm. I ain't even saying Desert Storm South, and that's not even a diss to the South. But I just feel like it was too much division in hip hop and too much division amongst us as people. So I don't need to label it. It is what it is. I just put me on the brand, the regular brand.
Now they always do that with the South, man. They always be like, "Oh,
yeah, you gonna put niggas to the side? Oh, this the South."
Like, all right,
yeah, nigga, this is music. This is good music.
They did that with Andre 3000, like, oh yeah, like he's a good Southern rapper, and it's like, nah, that nigga just a good rapper. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like
he one of the best. Man. He one of the best.
One of the best. You know what I'm saying? So I put him in the Southern category like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
But no, what's crazy? Joe Budden. I remember Joe Budden tweeting this out like a year or two ago. He was like, he said like 90% of these rappers wouldn't have made it in the Clue tape era. They just wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is true. You had to have some real lyricism. Now all you need is a melody. That's all you need.
That's all you really need. You don't even have to have lyrics or words. You just have to have the melody.
You have a melody and the right production, and you on. That's it.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of these videos recently too of like, these like, I guess quote unquote freestyle videos.
Yeah.
Of like some of these new rappers, and they just so trash, bro. It's just like they just making a damn fool of themselves, man. I'm just like, what the hell?
I mean, to us, because we come from the real era of music, but these kids that's really eating up this new shit, this designer and this Lil Uzi Vert and all this new shit, like they think it's hot, so
yeah. Some of it is catchy. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't lie about it, but it don't really move me at the end of the day, man. Like
I ain't gonna front. I fuck with Future. heavy. The nigga.
Yeah, I wasn't really fucking with him in the very beginning. I was like, nah, fuck that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just literally here in like the past year or two, I'm like, all right, I can rock with Future.
Yeah, I fuck with Future heavy, man. Like, it's a couple of niggas I fuck with. I mean, at the end of the day, music gotta evolve and it gotta go where it's gonna go. And if you get stuck in the past on a certain sound in a certain era, you're just gonna live in that era and you're gonna be confined to that era. So me as an artist, I have to look around me and see what's going on and see what people are doing and to see, how I can, stay in the mix and stay relevant and, but still be myself as well, not really compromise and go do a total 180 from who I am, but see how I can take what's going on now and incorporate it with what I'm doing and make it go,
Yeah, for sure, man. So let me ask you this, man. You changed your name from Young Texxus to All Hell Wide. Now, everybody that's out here listening, we've been talking about some old music, whatever that y'all may not have heard. You're gonna have to search him by Young Texxus, but as of right now, he's All Hell YT or YT. You know what I'm saying? So, what made you change the name?
Yo, it's that level up, man. You know, it's the next level. In life, you know, people who stay the same and don't change and don't grow and evolve, they die. You know what I'm saying? They fall off. Like, so All Hell YT is just the rebirth. It's the new envision. It's the new everything. You feel me? It's like, you know, it's the level up. you know how Goku, he's regular and he go to Super Saiyan. This is me at Super Saiyan.
This is Super Saiyan. I dig it. I can rock with that. So, I mean, how's that? I mean, how's that? Because you know, like it gets a little hard, you know. I guess making that name change when you've been like so deep in your career, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even I'm having a hard time saying it, and because I'm in my head, I'm just going, "Oh, that's Young Texxus."
Yeah,
you know
I mean,
like,
and for everybody who know me as Young Texxus, that's cool. You know, you could still call me YT. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case is. But you know, I just feel like I've done so much with the name Young Texxus, and I also feel like it puts me in a box because people expect me to sound a certain way, or they expect me they expect me to be something that I might not necessarily be to them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this also frees me artistically. So when I go to someone or you know, they don't want to put me in this box or whatever the case is, and they might have
preconceived notions. And
right, exactly. They might, you know, they'll listen with a more open ear to what I have to say. And, you know, I've done so much with the name Young Texxus. And, like I said, I'm 10 years deep in the game. I'm at only 29. So, you know, I still got time left. And, I just, you know, sometimes you need a new start. And, you know, with the new name and rebranding comes new energy, new people, new inner circles, new fans. It's, you know, sometimes you got to switch it up, you know?
For sure. So, you said you're in Atlanta right now. Did you recently move down there, or were you staying in the East Coast system at one point? Or
yeah. Well, I moved from I did a lot of moves: Texas to Delaware, back to Texas, to Atlanta, back to Delaware, back to Atlanta. So, you know, I've been moving around a lot, man.
So how's it, man? In Atlanta, man, the scene and music out there.
Yeah, I've been out here since like 2012. You know, when I came out here, I linked up with Bun B. We did a record for my last tape with DJ Scream called I'm Coming Down. And, you know, me and OG Bun did that with the homie Technique. And, you know, I came through and I've been here just really perfecting my craft and also developing. I have a video company, you know what I'm saying, which I started and video production and all that. So, you know, I just been just working and, you know, just learning the grind, you know, just staying up on my craft and, just really coming to this point now where I'm, you know, about to reemerge, again, you know?
Yeah. So that was going to be my next question too, man, is you and the video work and I guess you direct videos now. Am I right? Yeah.
That's true.
So how is that? I mean, did you teach? I mean, because listen, man, I tried doing videos, man. I ain't got the patience, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it, man. So I mean, how is that, man, moving from I guess like rapping and stepping over into that world?
Yeah, well, outside of music, film has always been a passion of mine. When I started doing videos in Delaware, like around 2007 or whatever the case was, you know, I had these video dudes. Excuse me, and I'm asking them, look, can we do this? Can we do this? I want to do this. And they're like, nah, they're not accommodating me. Like my vision is too grand or something. You know what I'm saying? Like my ideas is too much or whatever. So at that point, I'm like, man, fuck it. Like I'll do this shit myself. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I'll get the equipment, whatever it is, and learn this shit myself because I want to be able to make my visions for my music come across and be able to deliver them. So, you know, it took some time to learn and, you know, whatever the case was, or about the cameras and lenses and lighting and all these different things that make a video come together. But it's definitely a passion of mine, and I can see myself, you know, after my rap career is done, you know, creating films, you know, making movies, you know.
So, I mean, was that all self-taught, man, or did you
Yeah, self-taught.
Jesus Christ, bro. I don't even know how you do it, bro. I tried messing with it and I was just like, I cannot do this. I'd rather just pay somebody some money to do this shit.
Yeah, it's just time. It just takes time, man. That was, the most valuable investment, the time.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's very tedious and then time consuming to really put together like a dope video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, and it's interesting because I was actually talking to Terry Blues, who's out of Waco. And
I know Terry Blue.
You know him?
Yeah, that's a homie. Used to go by Big Trouble.
Yeah. Sorry, so you know him. So I just had him on the podcast too.
Yeah, we got a song together. We got a record. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Yeah, I just had him on the podcast a couple episodes back, and he's going to like film school, and he's he's taking that route and everything, man. He's actually putting out a lot of short films right now.
Yeah,
and that's kind of where his passion is right now. So that's crazy. Everybody getting on film, and I'm just sitting here like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, man. You maybe you need to be an actor, man. We just cast you. You just come and do a scene or two or whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's what it do.
Yeah. But so let's move on to present time. You know what I'm saying? You got the new album, Think Rich, out right now. It came out 2015. You know what I'm saying?
November.
So it's still kind of fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just, I listened to the album. Maybe I'm just kind of stabbing wildly. Was this kind of based off of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich? Is that what he was kind of basing this off of?
Yeah, definitely. I read the book. I read a lot of books. And it's just something that kind of resonates with me, about speaking things into your existence. And whether you're, religious, superstitious, whatever the case is, if you're a Christian, in the Bible, it says that, the tongue is powerful and you can speak things into existence and these type of things. So, reading the book, and I just kind of got some insight and like, damn, this shit is actually kind of true. So I wanted to expound upon that. And, I came with the Think Rich EP, and it was really me kind of testing the waters, kind of figuring some things out, really trying to make a niche for myself within the game as far as the content I was creating. But yeah, Think Rich was definitely based off Napoleon Hill's joint.
Okay, so let me ask you this, man. So as far as I know, I guess you got your inspiration from Napoleon Hill on this album. Have you read any other books from other people that I guess inspire you? Yeah,
a book that I really liked was The Alchemist. I don't know if you read that book, but that definitely also inspired in the making of the Think Rich EP.
No, The Alchemist is a classic book, man. Well, let me ask you this, man. So besides reading the books, man, do you like listen to any podcasts, anything like that? Because a lot of the stuff that you were saying, especially in, I guess, like the first track on the album, the track Think Rich, you were saying a lot of stuff that I guess like that I'm personally going through in my life, where I'm like kicking certain things to the side, getting on my hustle, getting on my grind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I guess like besides Napoleon Hill, you reading those books, man, do you listen to like some of these podcasts? 'Cause a lot of these podcasts got a lot of information out there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't get to them. Like I said, I did read Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and I read a couple of other books, Paulo Coelho, with the Alchemist. I read a lot of Robert Greene, Master. He had a book called Mastery. He also wrote 48 Laws of Power, The Art of Seduction, The Art of War. I've read pretty much all them books, and 33 Strategies of War. And he wrote, Sun Tzu wrote The Art of War, of course, which I read both of those. But yeah, man, I really get a lot of books. I don't really get a chance to listen to a lot of podcasts like that. It's really books and movies at this point.
Bet. So, let me ask you about this track, man. It's another one of my favorite tracks off the EP. The Nino Tony Bishop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where does that, I guess the inspiration for that track come from?
Of course, come on, man. You got the movies, man, The movies. The movies.
So I mean, like, you know, because a lot of these movies, man, you know, they you know, these kids they don't really know about this shit. You know what I'm saying? For y'all that don't know, is Nino Brown, Tony Montana, Bishop from Juice. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
These are all the villains. These are all right. So people who don't know, this is a story that repeats itself throughout time and history over and over again. You have 2 friends or 3 friends, whatever the case is. One of the friends snaps, kills the other friend. This happens because a lot of times because of jealousy, envy, these type of money, whatever the case is, you know, greed, whatever takes over and causes the other friend to, you know, murder his friend. You know, you look at Jesus and Judas, you know, look at Caesar and Brutus, you know, these things happen. So, you know, and I've had people that was close to me, you know, do things to me that, you know, I wasn't feeling. So, you know, of course I got real life experiences to draw from, and also, you know, experiences from stories that are well known in the Black community with movies like Juice and New Jack City and Scarface. So, you know, it just made sense because I feel like Tony Montana a lot of times at the same time, you know, he's the villain, you know, in there. I feel like Tony, you know what I'm saying? But also, you know, I feel like Manolo sometimes too. So, you know, it's just a play on it.
I feel you. So what's next for YT and the brand and you moving forward? You know, after this EP, what you got lined up, man?
Well, like I said, that was really just me testing the waters musically. You know, it was a very intellectual kind of endeavor, really wordy. I really wasn't worried about, you know, making any type of certain type of music for other people. It was really type of shit that I wanted to hear. I'm going to be making the next project is going to be, self-titled. It's going to be titled All Hell YT. So I can start branding that name and, just look for some shit it's going to feel good. When you hear it, it's going to feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's going to, you know, some of the shit I was saying in the thing Rich might have went over people's heads. It might have been too lyrical, whatever. I'm still going to continue to give people substance. I'm just going to give it to them maybe in a way that's going to be a little bit more digestible, a little bit more easy for them possibly to understand. And you know, that's pretty much what it's looking like for the next project. It's going to be dope though. You know, always good music. I want to put the feeling and the heart behind it. You know, the last album was the brain. This is going to have the heart. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, who do you plan on having as, I guess, like your producers on this one, man? Or who you plan on working with?
You know, my dude, Banks produced the whole thing, Rich EP. On this next project, I'm gonna be working with my dog, 80s Baby. He produced some records for me in the past. You know, if you're familiar with anything I've done, you know, not you, but, you know, the listeners or whatever. But 80s Baby is going to be producing a large amount. I'm going to have some tracks from Banks, probably some tracks from my dog, Tone Beats. A lot of the people that I've been working with in the past, I still rock with. I have great relationships with them. We still continue to create music.
Bet. That's what's up, man. So if, for the people out there that they may have never heard of you or heard of your music, or anything like that, if you could give them one album of yours that they should just check out, that'll get the full definitive, you know what I'm saying, Yung Texxus, All Hell YT, whatever it may be, what would you tell them? What direction would you point them into?
I mean, that's very hard, but a very solid album. You know, it was very slept on. I would tell them to go check out. That's super dope sonically, as far as, you know, musically, is Drive, with me and Technique, hosted by DJ Scream. That's kind of the album that segued me from Yung Texxus to All Hell YT. So I would definitely tell them to check out that Drive. It's on Spotify, under Yung Texxus and Technique, and then go check out Think Rich on Spotify, from All Hell YT, which is also on there. But I got Throwaways 3. I got the whole collection. But I really feel like once you listen to one of my projects and you know, it's going to make you want to go and dig and listen to the other ones.
Yeah, we're gonna link both of those albums up in the show notes, man, so people can just get to those fairly easy.
Thank you.
And my last question to you, you know what I'm saying? My last question is this, based off of Think Rich. You know what I'm saying? It's literally like a I guess like a soundtrack, man, to get up off your ass and get to hustling. Yeah, and you know, also to like get rid of having to work for people, you know what I'm saying? And being a boss. You know what I'm saying?
It's about financial freedom. You know, a lot of people think about it. Like, you got a job, you got a whack ass job, you go to work, you might make like what, $15 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And, you can do that yourself. You can make $10 an hour for, you know, yourself. Just pick a product you want to sell and, hit the streets, hit your network up, and you can do that yourself every day. You can set your own schedule. You can do a lot of these things. You know, the thing is, you know, your boss can fire you. You can walk in one day and say, listen, you don't got a job, so why put your whole future in the hands of somebody else when you can create your own future and your own income and your own schedule and all these things? So it's just really just to enlighten our people, the black people and the people who think like us and that type of deal, that, you know, to disconnect from the regular system, or you got to do this to be successful, or you got to do this, when in our reality is with the right mind frame, the right ideas, and the right hustle, you can do anything.
Man, you know, I've been on this kick, man, for a while now. You know what I'm saying? Literally talking the same stuff you talking. You know what I'm saying? And I literally keep people around me that think the exact same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, that's like the main thing I think people don't realize is like, you really are the sum of the 5 people you spend most of your time with.
Yeah.
You spending your time with like a bunch of people and not really doing shit. Guess what? You ain't gonna be doing shit either.
Yeah, that's
you know
very important. Yeah, if your best friend is a chronic weed smoker and drug addict or whatever the case is, I mean, I'm not classifying weed as drugs because I partake, but if they're a hardcore alcoholic and they want to drink round the clock, and your other 2-3 friends will do the same thing, guess what? You're going to be pressured to drink and do all these things. But, you know, if you got one friend that's, you know, really has his own business, entrepreneur, and really, you know, motivated to get up, you got another friend that's, you know, going to the gym constantly, keeping up on his health and exercise and that type of things, you know, you're basically going to be a reflection of the people that you hang around. So you want to put yourself around people, that make you better, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think that that's kind of the main thing that people forget, man. You know what I mean? Like you know, and that's all the people I hang around with, man. Is people that's just entrepreneurial, you know, at heart. You know what I'm saying? And they keep that state of mind around me all the time, man.
Right.
All the ideas are always flowing, and everybody's being creative and working together, and that keeps me, you know what I'm saying, from having to go work a damn job. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, man. So hopefully people can hear this album and get inspired to get on their hustle. You know what I'm saying? Where can people find you at online, man, before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. Just go to my IG. It's all hell YT underscores underneath. The same thing for the Twitter. You know, Facebook is YT the Prince. And yeah, fuck with me, man. I'm online, you know, and we chop it up.
Bet, man. We're going to link all that up in the show notes, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. And, yeah, we're going to get into some music to you, from you too at the end of the podcast so they can check it out, see what you're all about.
What you got lined up?
Man, I don't know. What would you want them to hear?
Bruh, I don't even know, man. Whatever, man. It don't even matter at this point. You feel me?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna link up my personal favorite tracks, which is the Think Rich track and the Nino Tony Bishop.
Yeah, let them hear
you know
it.
What
man.
I'm saying? So they can peep that out.
Yeah,
you
let them hear it, bro. And I appreciate you too, man. You know, let you know Trillmatic is a super dope name. I was thinking about dropping a mixtape called Trillmatic at one point. So linking the South and the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? So,
bruh,
salute,
listen,
man.
I did the same thing, bro. I got 3 mixtapes already with the name Trillmatic. You know what I'm saying? Right. I was a little upset when ASAP and them did their thing or whatever, man. But, you know, I've been holding on with this name for a minute, man. So,
yeah, man.
You know,
keep holding on, brother. You know what I'm saying? Us Killeen boys, you know, we come from a place where a lot of people don't know about, and but we got big dreams there, we got aspirations, and we got a lot of talent there, man.
Killeen is a small city with big nuts, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. That's the hometown.
All right, man.
Shout out Long Branch, Marlboro, 4-1, Heather Glen, Willow Springs, Hawker Heights, Coppice Cove, the old Syntax, Belton, Waco, all that. Temple, you heard?
All of that, man. All right, man. We're going to get out of here, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate you for having me.
I want the world and everything in it. B.I.G. told me the sky was the limit. Fortune or favor, the bold, not the timid. Let get that money, my nigga, and split it. Master the game, you just an apprentice. I want the comments, the hell with the sentence. If I ain't dead, then bitch, I ain't finished. If not today, I'm eventually winning. Living the life of a bun, this never be tight with the money. That bitch, she come and she go. Fuck 9 to 5, have no desire to work. Just with the fun in the flow. I want my money, making more money. Multiply, get it while I'm sleeping on the passive income ride. European, so the million Rex turn every season. Into my existence, how I'm gon' speak it. I gotta go, bitch, I'm gon' reach. Just to find my treasure, had to go to Egypt. First I had a dream, didn't know the meaning. Had a lot of struggles, now I know the reason. It was preparation for my whole completion. All my blessings, yeah, I'm gon' receive it, but it won't happen if I don't believe it. All I think is riches, clocking math and digits. Get your own paper, start your own business. No one said it's easy, going through the trenches. When you hit the top, made it worth it, didn't it? All I think is riches, clocking math and digits. Get your own paper, start your own business. No one said it's easy, going through the trenches. When you hit the top, it made it worth it, didn't it? Once I thought I saw a shooting star, made a wish, ain't shit happen. Probably touched 100,000 hustling. Now I'm about to make $1 million rapping. I don't wanna wait for a check, I don't wanna go punch a clock. You got a job, but it ain't secure, cause your boss can fire you on the spot. We paying rent, we don't own the crib. Leasing cars, we don't own the whip. We don't know about ownership, cause the owners ain't never showed the shit. All they ever did was sold the shit. Now I'm about to reverse the roles. Build a palace on 1,000 acres. Strictly business, not personal. Think rich so I can't lose. Got faith in God, I'ma make do. Most of all, I'm grateful that I'm doing well and I ain't you. Success make them all hate you, but a nigga learn how to deal with it. Been around the board one time, now about to claim my meal ticket. Like, all I think is riches, clocking math and digits. Get your own paper, start your own business. No one said it's easy, going through the trenches. When you hit the top, made it worth it, didn't it? All I think is riches, clocking math and digits. Get your own paper, start your own business. No one said it's easy, going through the trenches. When you hit the top, it made it worth it, didn't it? Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Can't trust a nigga, can't trust a bitch. Had to get this paper till I'm bloody rich. See some people change on the money trip. Tell them that you broke, you see what it is. Niggas plotting wanna set me up. Try to send a bitch so they can wet me up, but I outsmarted all them pussy niggas. Had the pistol on me, plus I'm ready trust. I'm the one who put this thing together. Pulling up on the cleanest leather. Mile away, you can see the bezel. Fucking with me, you can reach this level. Old friends turn their back on me. It's going down where you at, homie. Got around a little cheddar cheese. Now you on the gram looking mad phony. Damn, Nino, Tony, Bishop, better watch them niggas. Watch. Nino, Tony, Bishop, better watch them niggas. Watch. Nino, Tony, Bishop, better watch them niggas. Watch. Nino, Tony, Bishop. Who do I trust? Who do I trust? Who can I trust? Who can I trust? Who do I trust? Who do I trust? Who can I trust? Me. Trust? Who do I trust? Who can I trust? Who can I trust? Who do I trust? Who do I trust? Who can I trust? Me. Manolo better watch Tony. That nigga Q better watch Bishop. G Money, keep your eye on Nino. Look what happened to Rich and Rico. Got the footy looking through the peephole. God protect me from these frenemies. Say he happy just to see me shine, but he really wanna see the end of me. Niggas fucking with my energy. Fucking bitches off the Hennessy. Day one, nigga been a G. Got the grandma, yeah, in the weed. Niggas ain't who they pretend to be. Rapping actors deserve awards. I feel like Tony when he read the blimp. Fade to black, the world is yours. Nino, Tony, Bishop, better watch them niggas. Watch. Nino, Tony, Bishop, better watch them niggas. Watch. Nino, Tony, Bishop, better watch them niggas. Watch. Nino, Tony, Bishop. Who do I trust? Who do I trust? Who can I trust? Who can I trust? Who do I trust? Who do I trust? Who can I trust? Me. Who do I trust? Who do I trust? Who can I trust? Who can I trust? Who do I trust? Who do I trust? Who can I trust? Me. Hey, look at the nigga standing right next to you right now. Is that nigga real? Or is that nigga fake? You gotta peep the signs. Envy. Jealousy. Greed. But worst of all, hate. Keep your eyes open, nigga. Shit ain't sweet out here. Keep your circle small. And your enemies close. NTB ass niggas. Shit get real. You wanna know what side they on? Watch your six, my nigga. 100. YT.
Thanks for listening to the Truth Be Told podcast. Be sure to subscribe and log on to trillmatic.com for the latest in underground music, film, fashion, and more.